Hello and welcome to the All Made Up podcast with me, Harry Stachini.
Oh, it's me second, isn't it? Yeah.
Fucking hell, what a flyer that is. That can stay in. Yeah.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
Each week we are joined by a fantastic one fucking job you had.
Say your own name.
Yeah. Right, okay, here we go. Hello and welcome to the All Made Up podcast with me, Harry Stachini.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
I wasn't even on the mic then, I was over here.
Me, Lewis Cole.
Third time.
Oh, okay, right. These are brilliant. We can keep these in. Hello and welcome to the All Made Up podcast with me, Harry Stachini.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
Each week, we are joined by a fantastic guest who joins us in the writer's room to create a story like you have never heard before. We don't know what's around the corner or what we'll find along the way, as this podcast is exactly what it says on the tin. It's all made up.
Smashed it again.
Yeah.
Brilliant, that.
Rocked it.
That was absolutely spot on. And our fantastic guest for today is the fantastic James Allen.
Is he fantastic?
He is fantastic.
You didn't say.
Yeah, he's great.
I'm going to buy you a thesaurus, I think. Yeah. All the words apart from fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I'll describe it in another way then.
Excellent.
Yeah. Fab.
It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again.
We are here with the fantastic James Allen.
Hello.
How are you doing, mate? You okay?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah. How are you?
Very good, thank you very much.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming on the pod.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Travelling from Wrexham.
Yes.
Very popular in the news at the minute, Wrexham, aren't they? So.
But it's James Dewey. Rydw i'n deisiau gamon sponken.
Gammon what?
Rydw i'n deisiau gamon sponken. Which I think means, would you like a game of squash?
Really?
Yeah.
If someone says
Honestly-
spunkin to me, I wouldn't be thinking it involves a racket.
I didn't realise you were speaking Welsh until like the second sentence. I thought you had a really thick accent. And I was like, God, we're never going to understand him today.
I'm learning a little bit off my fiance.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you actually engaged, aren't you?
Yeah. So we got together just before that like second lockdown where everyone thought they were free, and then 2 weeks later they were like,
Yeah.
and then we sort of dated over lockdown really, like
Lockdown lovers.
Causing a bit
Zoom
of lockdown levels.
Yeah.
Lovers.
Zoom for
Breaking all the rules, yeah.
Yeah.
Chatting on Zoom, like dating
man.
over Zoom.
Yeah.
How did
That's
that
amazing.
work?
So what we do
Did
is
you have like a virtual background of like a meal, like restaurant? Just there with up laps like that.
Lewis, you're not far off it, mate.
You're in a Chinese, she's
Yeah.
an Indian, like it's
You sat there both eating your own dinner and you went, don't worry, I'll get the bill.
Go on. Tell us what you
So
Zoom.
what would happen is we'd, brand Allen. I want to, preserve my brand. I know I can be I sound a bit beige, I sound a bit boring, but what we do is
not yet.
is
No.
we'd spin a wheel,
Right?
and it would like be a random country generator.
Yeah.
And like this week we landed on Senegal, and then you'd have to find a Senegalese recipe, get the food and cook it, and then we'd have dinner over Zoom. So like for about 12 weeks, 3 months, we'd cook recipes from like
That's
Saudi
amazing.
Arabia.
So would you do?
Curious.
So one of you cooks it up and then delivers it to them.
Oh no,
and then
we both chose a recipe each, and then we'd cook it and then just
They eat
Right.
the same thing. Like.
yeah. So like
That's
it's good
actually
because
very
like
sweet.
I
Yeah.
That's lovely. You've put me to shame. I thought I was romantic until that.
but
How many times a week?
once a week on a Thursday.
every meal,
every-
every
yeah,
single
yeah,
meal.
yeah, yeah.
Let's spin it.
But it's like I can cook, but now I'm in a weird place where like I probably could do a curry in a spag bowl, but like I can cook you some mad Peruvian dish. So like if someone came around for
Yeah.
dinner, it was like, oh, what do you fancy? And I said, oh, curry. I can't do you a curry,
Yeah.
but I can do you this Venezuelan soup that will blow your head off.
Yeah,
You fancy
exactly.
that?
Yeah.
Like,
You left lockdown a catch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's quite cool though, mate.
Yeah, it was nice, and then it's all right. That sounded like something funny should happen. Like, oh, and then
No, I love
Oh,
the fact that you described yourself as beige.
Yeah.
mate, I am, yeah.
And then did I don't think that's beige though.
I don't
Cook
think that's
it,
beige.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
think
not
that's
at all,
pretty-
I feel
no.
like I'm sort of the rich tea of the comedy scene.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Feel a bit like
The rich tea of the comedy scene.
yeah.
Your posture when you're on stage, you've even said yourself, is almost like a question mark.
Oh mate, yeah, I've got.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Apparently, I sleep like the letter S and stuff. I've got a really weird like an action
Capital one or a little one?
like a big cat. But I've got like a proper
Comic Sounds.
weird wingdings, mate. Crazy. Yeah, I've got a proper flimsy like on stage and stuff. Some like just
How long you been gigging for?
6 years.
6 years.
amazing.
7 years, yeah.
I mean, we did a podcast, didn't we, that lasted
Yeah,
like all of
something
8 episodes.
Yeah.
Because you're doing your own podcast, aren't you? Thanks for the memories.
Thanks for the memories, yeah.
And I was saying before, you would talk about things on the podcast to me while we were recording, getting to know each other. Where I was like, fucking hell, mate, I tell you what, you're being open here.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah,
then
it's-
this podcast you're getting off the ground, thanks to the memories, is like that, but just for you, you know.
I think I want it to be a bit more than just like having a chat. Like this is a really good like example. So like you like the storytelling of, I think that's fantastic. Like I didn't just want it to be, oh, look at me back in 2009 saying I was having gammon and egg for tea. I think I do want it to be kind of like an in-depth.
You want it to be a bit intimate, maybe.
Yeah,
like
no stone left unturned as well. I think, you know,
I think everyone will relate to it
yeah.
because that sense of being like, oh, fuck, did I say that?
There was,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. There was things where I was like,
You've had some belters.
yeah. I think being given a Facebook account at the age of 12. 'cause
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I missed out on all the MSN. I think I was never allowed it, but
Yeah.
you've got carte blanche to just like post what
Oh,
you
yeah.
want. So
Yeah.
like you don't know at the time, but it was only like maybe 5 years ago where I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Facebook memories was like the worst thing to
Oh,
ever
mate,
come out,
it's-
wasn't it? Like,
horrible. It's like, do you want to be reminded of
Yeah.
what you were like in 2010? Not
Yeah.
not really.
What would you say is your like creme de la creme moment where you think, oh Christ?
There was one really like another really bad one is that when you had leavers in year 11 and it's like
Yeah.
your last day of high school,
Mm.
sign your shirts,
Mm.
and then you all go off and have a drink on a field or whatever.
Yeah.
And this party had been organised. Now, apparently it was for the whole year, but I thought it was just for like the popular people
Kids.
because they were like, "Oh, you're having this party on like Leavers Field. Come on, let's go, let's go." And I put a big Facebook status saying, "I will not be partaking in the popularity contest that is the Leavers celebration on our final day of school, and as a mark of protest, I will not be having my shirt signed. I will not be bringing in any pens, so do not approach me." And there was this big argument I had with people being like, "What do you think you're doing? Like everyone's invited." I was like, "I don't think they are they? I think you've scared them off. The little popularity parade, desperate attempt to climb the social ladder, is it? I will not be turning up."
yeah. But in reality, you wanted a personal invite.
Mate, yeah.
That's what it was, yeah,
Exactly.
the
I wanted
reality of
a red
it was,
carpet to go,
yeah.
like, here's James Allen. So we got to the assembly, and they did all this like montage of like our times in high school, and it proper affected me. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, for fuck's sake. And I just like borrowed one of my mate's pens and was like, right, go on then. And then, Pete, to be fair, and this is what I want to call out on the podcast, is that like I know it is funny to be like, what were you doing? But you know, at the end of the day, I was a dickhead. Like
Yeah.
it was behaviour that I was like, what the hell on earth are you doing? People were like, I'm not signing your shirt, you dickhead.
Really?
I'm not going to do that. What? And so I left with like half my shirt blank. And I went home and just filled it in myself.
That's awful.
Got home, and
mate.
just, I wrote like insert name here and all that stuff, and like
That's funny.
And then I turned up to the field and got like bullied off. But everyone's like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck are you doing?"
Of course you did. You
Yeah.
shamed them all.
Yeah.
How many friends did you have on Facebook?
I probably had maybe like in school, I was got probably 150 or something, like definitely over 100.
Right.
Because everyone sort of added everyone in school.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very engaging Facebook with them, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
very much everyone.
I remember us going for a piss up on Lilford Park. That's where everyone in our year used to go. So obviously, go to Lilford after school, or if it was like last day or whatever.
Yeah.
And we went there, right? Went for a big piss up on this field, and we're all getting a bit leery. And then a guy comes on a horse. Some random guy gets access to. So Lilford,
Like a child on a horse.
no, a man.
man.
A man. It was.
Right. A knight.
He had one tooth. He had one tooth, right?
You
It's
can see
coming-
that from the top of the horse. You must have good eyesight.
He gallops over on this horse. He goes, "Oh, you're all right, you're all right." Obviously, we're all like 14, 15 at the time. It was like, "Who are you?" He went, "My name's Wedge." My name's Wedge. And Andy, obviously you know Andy. Fucking hell, fire. Andy had a like beers, but in bottles, and he was going, "Right, anyone got a bottle opener? Anyone got a bottle opener?" This Wedge goes, "Gives it here, pal."
No, he doesn't. He don't do it.
And he's sucking this bottle lid off, like, and then gives it back to Andy, and she's just stood next to me like,
I'm not.
not drinking.
I'm
I'm
alright,
not
mate.
drinking that.
See the state of
yeah.
our wedge.
Yeah, you should have seen state of our Wedge.
And did the horse just stay there the whole time?
No, it was fucking. No, what was weird? No,
I think we forget he was on a horse.
That's so
I just remember
Story, yeah.
he didn't arrive on a horse. He came and sort of like mingled amongst us. Bearing in mind, this guy's like must have been like 30 odd at the time.
Right.
Came, did the bottle thing, left, and then came back on the horse.
Oh, mate.
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
impressed these kids enough.
That was it. It was definitely trying to impress, but I loved it. I love shit like that. I remember Andy's face so visibly just being like, "Fuck it now." Like I'm not touching that. mate.
That'd be mental seeing someone on a horse just
Yeah.
approaching you.
So, well, so Andy seems to be in all these stories today, but he came on my estate and he said, "Oh, he was on my way to mine." He went, "Someone's just tried to sell me a horse near at Co-op."
Recently.
This was like when
when
we was
you were
at
a kid,
school.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He went, "Someone's selling a horse outside Co-op."
How much for? Because
Like-
it's like, to a kid.
Yeah, it was cheap. It was cheap. It was like enough that
Yeah.
he could buy it, and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't buy it in the end, but there's one going." You know what I mean?
That's mad. Imagine like going to your mate's house and just being a horse in the front garden. What's that? Just bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. Could have put stump pegs on it.
Right. Shall we get into it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
I
should.
reckon we get
think
into
should.
it.
I think-
It's all made up, baby.
So I'll talk you through like the sort of premise of the show. So obviously the all made up podcast, so everything's all made up. Basically, you've got 3 pots in there. You're going to pick a first sentence and a last sentence. First one we start with. The last sentence is what we finish with. But before we do that, we're just going to pick a character name, which you're going to come up with. So it can be any name you like, and we'll take it from there.
Let's go with Cecil Crisp.
Cecil Crisp.
Cecil
Chris.
Cecil Crisp.
Cecil Crisp, right? Okay.
Okay.
You say to him, you CC me on email.
So,
So quick, I'm
yeah.
saying.
So it's Cecil Crisp, right?
Cecil
so
Crisp.
the green pot there, you're going to like just pick one at random, and you'll see that there's a blank in there. So you're going to insert Cecil Crisp to wherever the blank is. Okay, so you just read that out for us.
Cecil Crip, sorry.
Crisp.
Be a big fan of. He's in the South Central LA gang. He's a Crip. Cecil Crisp eats an out-of-date meal deal, and a couple of days later realizes they can read people's thoughts.
Oh.
Okay.
Right, okay. So that's the start of our story.
Cool.
And we're going to pick the end of it straight away. So if you pick the red one,
The way he writes with both his left and right hands.
right, okay. So that's where we're going to end up, okay?
Cool.
But before we start the actual story, we're going to build a bit of a character. We're going to find his backstory, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, whereabouts is he from, this Cecil Crisp guy?
I think he should. His name assumes he's going to be from somewhere posh. I don't think he should be. I think he's going to be from Gateshead. in
Okay,
Newcastle.
right.
Okay.
yeah.
Northeast.
North.
Yeah.
From Gateshead by
Yeah.
Cecil.
Yeah.
Cecil
man,
Chris, mate.
that Danny love going
Yeah.
down to St James's Park, like.
Yeah, fucking canny lad. Canny lad.
Born and bred?
Born and
Yeah.
yep.
Born and foot and bred, mate.
Born and Bijou. Going down the fucking Bijou. Yeah.
Right, and how old is he?
He is 28.
Okay.
Okay, he's a
Yeah.
young man, prime of his life.
Yeah.
Oh, and is he living with anybody?
Yeah. He lives with his older brother,
Right.
Gary Crisp.
Gary Crisp, GC.
GC.
GC me in that email.
And
So Gary Crisp, yeah,
yeah, and a pet cat,
called.
Oscar.
Okay. I've
Okay.
got a cat called Oscar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got loads of cats.
I do. I've got a lot of cats, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you well?
We foster cats.
Oh,
but anyway, back to the story.
Very
Sorry.
territorial.
So,
Right. I was just going to say, lives with his brother. How much older is his brother?
His brother is in his early 30s, 32, 33.
okay, right, so there's a 4-year gap.
Right.
4-year gap between them.
yeah.
And how old's the cat?
The cat is 5 years old.
Oh, prime of its
in its
life.
prime.
And they got him.
Yeah.
They got him from birth, or did they find him, foster him?
They inherited it,
Right from.
their granddad.
Oh, and is he passed away?
He
Or?
passed away,
Oh,
and in
sorry
his
to hear
will, he said, "I'm not going to leave you any money, but
Yeah.
what I will leave you is some responsibility. I
Right.
will leave you the cat, and you have to look after it."
Okay.
And that was a recent death, was it?
Yeah.
A recent
6 months ago.
6
Oh, so
months.
still pretty fresh.
Yeah.
So the cat's still mourning
Yeah. The
Yeah,
cat
just
still
like-
the cat doesn't know where to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sad that.
because there's no cat flapping. It's like, I'm stuck
Yeah.
in the house.
They've
So
got to
is
open
it
the
a
door.
house or is it apartment building or
They're in. I imagine it in a sort of terraced house.
terraced house? Council estate?
Yeah, but on like a, you know, the ones that are on like a on a
Yeah.
hill.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
exactly
them.
what you
Yeah, a
mean.
lot of them just outside of Newcastle. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So living with his brother, council estate, sort of on a hill, terraced house.
Yeah.
And why are they not? When did they leave the family, like mum and dad? Like, what's brought them two living together?
They said, "Look, we can't look after you anymore."
They said this to both of them at the same time.
Yeah, they
Right.
sat them down and went, "Look,
You're 10.
yeah,
We can't look
can't
after
do
you.
this
Yeah.
anymore.
The mines are closed.
You've got to be self-sufficient.
Right.
We're off. See you later." And they've lived together ever since.
Okay.
All right. So the parents left the house that they was all living in,
Yeah.
and they've left them the house as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And where have they gone?
They have gone to they've gone to Antigua,
Nice.
Right.
and they have
How
no-
would they say it, though, if they're from the northeast?
Oh, it's fun, Antigua, like.
Yeah.
My Auntie Jolie makes creme brulee.
sorry,
No, I love
No,
it. I,
I want more
yeah,
of that.
that's what my
Yeah.
uncle sounds like.
Yeah.
I want the cat to sound like that. You know, when it
Yeah, fun,
meows.
meow, like.
No.
It doesn't
Yeah,
go.
it doesn't say meow, it just goes mint.
Yeah, and they've got no desire on coming back.
Of
Right.
course, in Antigua, they've just left a Gateshead.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they've got no desire.
What do they do for jobs? Like, what does Cecil do for a job?
Cecil works at Harry Ramsden's.
nice.
Chippy.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. His older brother, Gary, he works at William Hill.
Can we get an idea of like the type of clothes they wear?
Cecil kind of carries himself, I'd say, still very much in the Henley's crosshatch era
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh right,
of
okay.
clothing. Yeah, and hasn't really let that go. Very olive green, sort of like military jacket. Very 2000, mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Like almost trying to relive that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine like tattied bits on the bottom of his jeans.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
100%.
Because they
Yeah.
drape.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a chain that holds his wallet in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what sort of hairdo are we talking?
One of those ones. I don't know how you describe it. It was sort of like a fringe, and then it was spiky at the back.
Oh,
I used to have one of them.
yeah.
Yeah,
You had one
Did
there.
you actually?
Yeah,
You
I,
find me a pic. I'll pay you whatever you want to get me a
yeah,
picture of that.
I used to have imagine braces, big earring, gel dog.
Earring? I didn't know you had
An
an
earring?
Earpiece, yeah, I got an earpiece, yeah. I used to have like a big diamond.
Every week I find out something new about
Yeah.
you.
But yeah, so
I had a night tick shaved in the back of my head. So
I had a night tick shaved because I saw your Instagram picture and I saw that yours was red and I thought that's next level. Like mine was just standard night tick.
How far did you got back?
It was like
No,
here.
on his Instagram.
All right.
Yeah.
You like that one? Visual joke that for people listening.
yeah. How much does that fresh Rolex set you back? About an hour.
Yeah, but I remember Damien from Hellraiser. I asked him one day because this was when I was back at playing for United, whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, can I have a night tick?" Shaved it back of my head, and he went, "Yeah, no problem." It still cost me the same amount, so that was good.
Yeah.
Well, my mum paid for it, but
Cost you
Yeah.
nothing,
On tick.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
touch me, brother. But yeah, does he have a night tick back of his head? Swiss. Sorry, not Swiss. Swiss. Cecil.
No, he's got an awful.
Does
Yeah,
his older brother have it?
no, he's got the kind of the old. I'd say what's popular now, and I gave it a go and it looked terrible. That kind of like cropped, like Phil Foden kind of vibe.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah,
but
yeah,
with a sort of emphasis on the grease
yeah.
Oh.
front, and he
That
sort of wears-
99p wet look gel.
Yeah,
Where it's like he's really taking the time to
Yeah.
do like the individual points
yeah.
Okay.
And he wears his William Hill uniform,
all the
little,
time.
little pen in there all the time.
Right.
Always got a pen on him.
Yeah.
always. You can't move for Bucky's pens in their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full of them.
Okay. I reckon.
We set the scene.
We set the scene there.
scene
So
well.
I reckon what we do is we go back over what the starting line is and we'll take it from there now. So just reread it for us with Cecil's name in there.
Cecil Crisp eats an out-of-date meal deal and a couple of days later realises they can read people's thoughts.
Right, so I think a good place for it to start is what type of meal deal is Cecil getting? Like,
Yeah.
what's his go-to?
I think... do you know what? I've not really had a lot of meal deals in my time. So I
Never lived.
It's a
so.
sandwich, a snack, and a drink.
And a drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he knows what one is. That right?
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
He's not come from Mars. He's
Right.
come from Wrexham. Like,
The
he's-
snack.
It's a sandwich. Great, you
Yeah.
love it. You get a snack and you get a drink as well.
But
For £3?
right, if I get a meal deal, I go sandwich, and I might get
What's
like,
on it?
I'm either egg and bacon or ham and cheese, right? and I might get like a yogurt as the snack. So my main's the butty, yogurt as my snack, and then I'll get like a, I don't know, iced tea or something like that.
I say the more I
That
find
is
out,
a 3 out of 10 meal deal. That.
yeah, the
That
more I
is-
find out about you. Well, yeah.
That was a thing that wasn't it, like rate my meal deal.
What would
Yeah.
you get for a meal deal then?
I'd get probably. We're talking Tesco's. Can I go there quite a lot for my meal deals?
No, let's say where is
Sorry.
Cecil getting his meal deal from? Is it a Tesco meal deal, or is it somewhere specifically like a Newcastle-based shop which sells them? You know what I mean? A corner shop.
Yeah, I think he ventures to Tesco, and I think he gets an egg and cress.
I was not expecting that.
That's a bit of me. That's a bit of peek behind the curtain there. Into
Ah,
the
right,
the
yeah.
life of Alan. So egg and cress. I think crisp-wise, he goes for Frazzles,
Oh, interesting choice.
and I think for a drink, he goes for a Lucozade Sport.
All right. Oh, okay.
Orange.
The bottle one,
squeezy
you
bottle.
squeezy
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Optimistic
flat
sport,
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so is that this meal deal? And how long do you reckon after it is
It's
started?
just a few days.
It's
So
a few days.
He's had the meal deal what day? What day of the week?
He's had that on Monday.
Right. And he's reading minds on Wednesday.
No, but I wonder whose
That's good.
whose was the first thought that he read. Like, is the first thought that he's read is someone at work? Is it someone? Is it his brother?
What if it's the cat?
Is it the cat? Is it
I do think it's the cat.
He's read the cat's mind. Oscar.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah.
and miss me granddad late.
Oh, so
Right.
maybe you can finally understand this cat
Yeah.
and where it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but surely, like, let's just like be realistic here. If he's sort of just read this thought, it's just poofed into his mind.
What's his reaction?
Like, what's his reaction to?
He's gone. Who said that, late?
He said that out loud.
Yeah.
Right. He
Yeah.
thinks it's his brother who said it.
Yeah, and he's gone. What's that kind of noise, like? And
And there's no one else
there's
in the
no one-
house
and-
apart
and-
from.
and he's
I
looking
can't wait till you
round.
keep this accent up the whole
He's
way
going-
through the episode.
All right, hello. Is there anyone footing there, like? No one's there.
No.
Yeah.
And then he looks down,
The cat
and the cat's
just
goes,
Yeah.
"Where's me fucking granddad, like?" And he goes, "Fucking hell,
Ah.
it's it's fucking talking to me, like."
Yeah.
I like how he keeps saying this
Like-
as if someone's there, but he's saying it like, I
And
love
he
that.
goes, "Oscar, is that you? Is that you, pal? Is that you, pet?"
Pet.
Aye. There you go. Aye, it is me.
tis I.
Where's me fucking granddad, like? And
Right,
he
so he's
goes,
aggressive, Oscar.
Yeah, the cat, because the cat's lamenting. The cat's still grieving.
He's still mourning, yeah.
Yeah, it's still an
And he
animal.
goes-
so-
Yeah.
He's like, I don't remember. He's like, I know it's Monday, but I don't remember going out on the weekend and being, have I taken something? What's going on, like?
Right, okay.
Looks down again, and he goes, I need to be let out. The cat needs to be let out.
Right.
And then he opens the door, lets the cat out, and then the cat runs away.
Right, so the cat's just gone out like a cat
and,
does.
And what the cat's done, what Oscar's done is it's climbed up over the fence and turned around to look at him like that and gone, I'm off to find me fucking granddad.
Right.
And he goes, wait, no, don't go. Sorry, that was terrible. He goes, hold on. Newcastle, Brown Ale, Newcastle. He goes, no, don't go. Too late.
Cat's gone.
Yeah.
You can't tell him that.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. All we know at the moment then is that Oscar's gone on this little adventure
Yeah.
to try and find his So Oscar doesn't know that his granddad's dead?
No.
No, he's just been taken somewhere.
Well, you usually don't tell a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good point.
Yeah, but it just
But-
disappeared one day, didn't he? And he never came
You don't
back.
know whether or not Oscar saw the death of the granddad. You know what I mean?
That would have been
That's the point.
traumatic.
Yeah. And I want this in the same tone of like, those like ITV dramas that star John Sim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to find her. You know something, don't you? ITV. Very kind of like,
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
boom, the
Yeah.
cat's gone.
8 o'clock prime
see.
time.
8 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, that's the tone.
okay.
That's the tone.
Right, so obviously he's just heard a cat speak, so obviously he's probably a bit
Yeah.
thrown.
He's not
to say the
feline
least.
very good.
No.
Oh. Oh, mate.
That's
Gold.
one. Ding.
yeah.
Yeah.
Start recording. We got it.
So he's kind of like, if I can understand that, what can't I understand? Like, and then he opens the door. He's looking round. There's a bird there. Or I'd made some. There's no fucking seed in this bird feeder. He's like, whoa, that's that fucking Robin's talking to me like.
Yeah.
There's a little worm going. I just need some soil. What the fuck's saying that? Little worm down there.
Yeah, so he's like, does he have no? He has no control over
Exactly,
this
yeah,
at this
you
point.
busy,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't
It's
filter
like,
it.
it's like that scene in Bruce Almighty when he's hearing all the prayers and it's
Yeah.
like,
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Steve
I
Bruce
imagine.
Almighty.
I imagine it's a bit of an headache, right? I need to like just get inside. Let's get inside. Let me just sort of like try and channel my thoughts here.
you're
Comes
proper
in.
Craig David then.
Well, yeah. Right. Obviously, would you be a bit scared? Do you think? Is he
course,
scared?
yeah.
About,
I think he'd be terrible. Yeah, I would.
yeah.
I would. This also sounds like a film idea I had once. Anyway, I'll tell it.
Okay.
In a bit.
Yeah.
So in a bit. But yeah, this is very simply. Yeah. So he's terrified. He doesn't know what to
What
do.
time? What time is this in the day?
This is just before he starts his shift.
Right.
Ah,
okay.
So he's got to go to the chippy.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking hell.
I think this is a good time to sort of throw a prompt in there now.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. We're
So-
doing well on time, aren't we?
Basically, the orange one's there. You're going to take one of them, read it out, and we're going to incorporate that into the story from now. Because I feel like we've built a bit of a story out there. haven't
yeah.
we? Yeah?
They had a habit of spitting.
Ah.
Right.
Right. This is something that will just be incorporated within the story as we
Okay.
go along, kind of in the next, few
You'd have
minutes.
to say it straight away.
Right.
Yeah.
So they had a habit of spitting.
Right. So he started the cat spoke, he's heard of Robin, he's thought, shit, I've got to get to be shift
Yeah.
at Harry Ramsden's. So waxes his apron on, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a shirt Harry Ramsden, isn't it?
Yeah, it's of a red. I've never ventured into one.
Oh, it's great, Chippy.
But is it good?
Is
Yeah.
it? How close is it in relation to his house, this chippy?
At about sort of 15-minute walk.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
it's walkable.
Yeah.
It's in
yeah.
Carlisle. What?
I was born in Carlisle. I was made at Harry Ramsden.
So what time in the day is this like specifically? Is it like a midday shift?
11. Harry Ramsden's open, 11? Look, if Harry Ramsden's open at 9,
Yeah.
I'd
something
be
wrong
there.
with them.
Going, you're late.
Yeah. Come all the way to Blackpool for this.
So it's an 11 a.m. shift. He's on his way now.
Yep.
He's opening up.
He's opening up.
Is he anyone else with him on shift? I imagine it being at least a 2-person operation.
Yeah, his manager's there.
called.
Simon.
What's the first thought he's heard of Simon that day?
Simon's from Nottingham.
Right.
Yeah. Is that an accent you can do? Or is that...
Oh mate, it's my favourite accent of all time. Simon's there and he's going. Simon's very intimidating. He goes, "All right, Cecil, you're fucking late, mate.
That's such a good Nottingham accent.
Don't fucking bully me."
It's good, isn't it?
That's because I lived in Nottingham for 4
Really?
years.
Oh
and
mate,
I could
tell
never,
me everything.
I could never impersonate it.
I
Yeah.
love Nottingham.
Yeah.
Vicky McClure, Jake Bugg,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paddy Considine.
I broke into the castle.
Really?
Yeah. And someone told me it was impenetrable.
So Cannonball Ben.
Yeah. So they dared me. I got dared because it used to be the only Hooters in the UK. I got dared by a Hooters waitress, and she said, "If you break into it, I'll give my number to your mate." So
Really? To you?
I
Yeah,
sent,
hold on a minute.
no, I was taking at the time. I was,
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay.
As much of the woman was tempting at Hooters,
Right.
I was a good friend more than anything. So yeah, I broke in and sent her a picture of me in it shortly after I got arrested. But he still got the number. She never texted him back, but it's,
That's insane.
yeah,
Like an actual castle.
I just lipped over the gate. Yeah.
It's not a very hard castle, that is it?
Well, I was. To be honest, I was like, people haven't really
Yeah.
tried that hard for a couple of 100 years.
Yeah, the archers weren't on shift that night.
yeah. I was a bit like, come on.
If you like the sort of 1700s,
Yeah.
you know, the maiden would go, "I dare you to break into that castle for me."
Basically, yeah.
And
They've
I
got the
was-
oldest pub in the world there in
They
Nottingham.
have, yes.
The Yield trip to Jerusalem.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the city grounds.
Yes.
obviously separated by the River Trent, which
Yeah, yeah.
Meadow Lane.
Anyway, we'll talk after.
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
I just thought that's what Simon were thinking. I just imagined that's what was inside his head.
This lad just broke into the Nottingham Castle.
Right. So he goes, you're go on.
Yeah, he goes, "You're fucking late, mate." And he goes, "I'm not late. My shift starts." He goes, "Cecil, you are fucking late, mate."
And is this in his head or he's saying this out
He's
loud
saying
to
this to him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, Leg. I've had the funniest morning.
Yeah.
I swear my cat was talking to me." And he says,
You'd send him home, wouldn't you?
"Cecil, come here right now, mate. You're on your final fucking warning, pal. One more slip up, and you're fucking gone.
Is it a slip
Now
up?
get in that fryer and fuck off."
Right. And he's saying that.
Yeah.
And at the same time,
And as Cecil walks away, Simon goes, "I'd fucking love to kill him."
in his head.
Yeah.
But he's thought, right.
I'm gonna fucking murder that cunt.
So does he go, what?
Yeah, and he goes, "What do you say?" And he goes, "I didn't say fucking anything, mate."
I love the fact that you're talking quietly from a distance.
His voice really travels, yeah. It's the accent.
What?
He's just so quiet, but from across the room.
Yeah.
Like,
Just pointing with everything he says.
that's all he sees. This.
How tall is he?
Oh, he's a big lad.
He's so
6'7".
Really?
He towers over him.
And Cecil's a smaller chap.
Cecil's like 6 foot 5'11", but yeah, he average height. But Simon,
Yeah, he's 6'7".
yeah,
Yeah.
imposes.
Yeah.
And then he goes and starts the Friars, which have a habit of spitting.
Well played.
He's smashing this.
He starts frying the
Painting.
fish. He starts, yes. He's waxing on.
Put that fucking easel down, will you?
Yeah.
We need lightly battered, mate. Come on.
He starts his shift. Yeah, he's whacking the fish in, he's whacking the chips in, the onion rings, the tartar sauce, all that stuff that I imagine goes on at Harry Ramsden. Again, never
I don't
been.
think they sell onion rings, but I'll let
Do they not?
I'll let you
Okay.
that pass. No,
Is it very
it's
traditional
It's traditional fish and
fish and
chips.
chips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but
Right, very British.
It might be made up, mate, but it's fucking factual.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we're messing with my favourite restaurant, we don't mess around.
And then his colleague comes in.
Yeah.
She starts her shift.
All right. So first lady of the story. What's her name?
Her name is Eileen.
Eileen.
Yeah. And does she lean it a particular way or?
She's in the way of earning money to better her life.
Right.
Yeah.
She doesn't really want to work there.
Right.
Older lady, younger lady.
She's the same age as
Cecil.
Cecil.
Right, so 28.
About 28. Yeah.
And did they get along? Is there
They
maybe
do
a-
get along. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. She's from Belfast.
Right. I was there last week. Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
great, isn't
it was intense. Yeah.
Yeah. Belfast tends to be that way.
Yeah.
You
went
don't
on-
go to Belfast and it's like, hey, it's easy breezy.
I went on the Titanic Museum tour.
Oh,
which
but
it's
was it
great.
good?
But the guy, it was phenomenal. And
Yeah.
the guy, the tour guide, you go on this like ride, and we're in the queue, and he goes, "Fucking hell, look at the size of you, feller. How does it feel to be the second most handsome man in Belfast after me, eh?" But he said it in such an intimidating way. But I went, "Oh yeah, I'll take the silver.
It's all right. Yeah.
I'll take the silver medal. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you."
And he was the guy doing the tour.
Yeah, and he was really lovely.
You
And
made
then,
him say it 6 times.
yeah.
Yeah.
we were in the bar. We were in the bar afterwards, and there were these like pair of gloves on a table, and this guy came up to me and went, "Excuse me, mate, are these your gloves?" And I went, "No," and he went, "A fucking are now," and then just like threw them to me and then walked off. And
What a nice man.
what a lovely weekend. But yeah, I had a great time. Yeah, so she's from Belfast. They get on quite well. She's walked in later than him.
Yeah.
And Simon's gone, "All right, Arlene, how's it going?" Sorry, that was terrible. He's gone, "All right, pet, how's it going? Hey, up me duck."
Yeah.
All like that. "How's it going, Arlene?
That's a really good Nottingham
Did
accent.
you have a good weekend?" And she's like, "Hey, it was fine, I suppose." Cecil overhears this, and Simon in his head's gone, "Oh, I'd fucking love to have, go out with her. I'd love to make her my girlfriend."
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a tame thought in his head. I'd
yours.
love to
Yeah.
make an innocent woman.
I'd love to propose your notion of going out on a date with her and having a few drinks or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's gone, "Ugh, what a fucking dickhead!" Like,
Right. So
"Hey Cecil, how's it going?" Sorry, that sounded a bit Scottish. "Hey, snacker."
What, did she hear him say that?
No, she said that to him. Like, she's walked in because they both work on the same grill,
Yeah.
Right.
so same station. He's gone, "All right, Eileen, how's it going?" Like, and she's like, "Yeah, not bad." Simon's been a bit of a dickhead, ain't he? And he's like, "Oh, don't get me started, like." And they have a sort of a bit of a bitch about Simon. He's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna nip the low, like." And she goes, "Fine, see you in a bit." He walks off. He hears her go, "Oh, he's such a sweet lad. I'd really like to go out with him sometime
Oh.
It's always going out.
and ask
yeah.
him
Yeah.
out on a date."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's gone, "Fuck me, like, oh, here's me chance. Like, I've found some purpose. I can, I think I might ask her out, like.
Yeah.
Well, she specifically said that she would like him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
But obviously, by this point, he's a bit more comfortable with the fact that
Yeah.
he can hear
thoughts.
people's thoughts now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was panicking once
Early
the
doors.
animals were
Yeah.
talking to him.
Yeah.
But now that
Humans.
he's
Yeah.
Yeah, he was scared when he thought it's just animals that can do
Exactly,
this
yeah.
too. But he's
Yeah.
like, no, it's humans as well.
he
So
was chucked in at the deep end.
Yeah.
And now he's found a bit of buoyancy. Now he's.
Yeah.
I feel like
he's a
come
bit
midday though, you'd be pretty settled with that. You'd be like, this is just life now.
Exactly. Yeah. You're like,
he's accepted it very quick.
And it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
positive
And he's
outcome. He's got a girl who maybe likes us.
exactly.
And he still hasn't figured out it was the meal deal that caused this.
No.
No,
he still
he's
has-
ju- he's just thought
He's
it's-
still, and I think he's a bit. I think he kind of wants to tell her, but you think he's a bit.
Yeah, he'd freak her out. He's just thought
Exactly,
she wants to go out with me. If I tell her I can start reading the thoughts, she's gonna be fucking weirded out by it, surely, and it might
Yeah.
put off any potential relationship.
He comes back, and Simon is doing the stock take, and in his mind he's adding up the sums of how many
Fish.
the cod.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Is it cod, Ben?
But
Haddock
it's
place.
cod, haddock. It depends on
Pollock.
obviously the time of year. It depends on the time of year and the what you're available. Obviously.
And he's going, I don't know how much fucking cod we've got, mate. He's sort of tallying it up in his head. Like, oh, I don't know.
He's calling himself mate
Yeah,
in his
mate.
head.
I can't. There's only limited sentences I can say. Don't think you fucking know though, do you, mate? So that's my go-to to get me in the mood. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, he's going 2, 4, 6,
8.
Eight.
Do we appreciate?
10.
Cod.
and he's tallying it up and ad hoc out of nowhere.
Haddock.
Oh!
Do you know why Charlton Athletic are called the Addicts?
Go on.
Because it's Cockney for Addick and chips. So there you
I
go.
don't know.
There you
that.
go.
So anyway, sorry.
I like
Carrying
that.
on, there's big diversion there. Back on the main road, he's overheard him. He knows he's working it out, and unbeknownst to him, he's gotten carried away. Cecil goes 64, and he goes what? And he goes, "There's 64 fish in Total Lake." And he goes, "How do you fucking know that? You don't do the stock take." And he goes, "Oh, it's just a random guess, I assume." And he's gone, "Fuck. How does he know that? He's onto me here."
Yeah.
Right, what else does he know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does he know
yeah.
I want to kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's gonna. Oh,
Yeah, she's panicking now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does he try and start putting like good thoughts in his head?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
He's gone-
throw him off?
He's gonna be. How did you guess that, mate? I didn't know you were a fucking mathematician.
Count to 64.
He's gone,
If we're doing it in twos, it's only 32.
and he's gone like, "Mate, are you some sort of fucking wizard or something, mate?" I sound a bit like Devo now.
Yeah.
Don't you? Do you think it's dead?
It's a dead pigeon,
It's a dead
mate.
pigeon, mate.
Summer is here and it's fucking buzzing.
You dickhead.
You dickhead.
Anyway, sorry. Wait, what's he up to now? Anyway,
He's caught him counting the fish. He knows it's 64
Yeah.
fish, and
Yeah.
Simon's obviously like,
and
"How
he's
do you
gone,
know
"Some
that?"
like fucking wizard or something, mate. What number am I thinking of in my head now?" And he's gone, "Oh, 49. Fucking hell, mate."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's impressed him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
And he's gone, "What are you fucking doing at Harry Ramsden's, mate? You're wasting your time. You've got fucking talent up."
Yeah. Reading numbers out of people's heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He goes, "Don't tell. You cannot tell anyone, like you cannot. Don't."
Yeah,
Simon,
she hasn't heard it at this point, has
Yeah,
she?
yeah,
What's
yeah.
her name again? Sorry,
Eileen.
Eileen. That's it. Yeah.
She's gone, "Simon, sorry, Cecil, I need you in the back. These fucking fish are nearly brown bread."
Yeah.
And
Are they killing him in the back? No, they're just lifting him out of water.
he's gone back, and he can't like cope with that.
Yeah, he got the fish are saying all sorts back
and
there.
he's Simon's like, "Bloody hell, like, I'm gonna like, you know, update him into, you know, upper management and all that kind of stuff."
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to do. He's freaking out, so like he's a bit slow and like dropping stuff, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh no, for fuck's sake!"
Mm.
And then she says like, "Oh, you're such a," in her head he hears her go, "Oh, you're such a fucking dickhead," and he goes, "I'm not."
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
And she goes, "What?" And he goes, "I'm not a dickhead." Like, he goes, "How did you know I said that?" And he goes, "Eileen, I've got something to fucking tell you." Like, so I realised that when I do every third
Yeah.
word, it's fucking sorry. I've got something to tell you. Like, meet me outside now.
Right, I think it's a good time for a prompt. This.
Yeah.
Right, so last prompt. This.
Also, he's awful at keeping secrets, isn't he? Like, at the slightest chance of it going wrong, he just goes, I'm going to tell her.
Right, so before you read this out, let's just set it up. So Cecil and Eileen are now
Eileen.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll go for the prompt.
You might as well not be alive.
Oh.
Right.
Okay,
So they've gone outside.
Oh, okay, so
he's gone.
incorporate that in at some point.
Look, Eileen, I know this sounds fucking mad, like, but this thing's happened to me where I've woken up and I can hear people's thoughts and I can hear what people are thinking. Like, she's going, "What do you come off it? What do you want about? That's a load of fucking bollocks." And he goes, "Right, think of a number now. 71. Fluke, do it again.
Fluke.
Where's my where's
That is insane. How mad is that of all the numbers? She's claiming a fluke off that. My God.
who won the FA Cup in 1987?
She must have it, no?
Coventry City.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
a weird
so that
fact
was
for
a bit
her
of a bad
to choose.
example. Sorry.
No, but does she know that?
Yeah, she's a big
She-
Coventry
she's gone,
fan.
she's gone, hold on. Yeah, they've googled it. That's right.
Yeah.
She's gone, okay, where's my mum born? And he goes like Antrim Hospital, and she's gone. Fuck me.
Yes, please.
Fluke.
Yeah.
And he's gone. Oh, you know, you were saying before, like, just overheard you before saying that, like, I've been wanting to tell you for a long time, but I overheard you say it when I was frying the fish that you maybe might want to go out with me. And she's gone, who the fuck do you think you are? How dare you use it for that? Trying to make me go out with you? What do you think you're doing? You might as well be dead.
God, that's
You might as well not be alive. Sorry.
You might as well as not be
Yeah.
like.
It's
So
like
she.
Roy Walker then. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
such a leap.
TV's own Roy Walker.
And he's
Didn't know you were Irish.
So he's put it on. Yeah.
He's Irish as well, you know. Is he? Right, okay. So obviously that's ended badly for him. That's ended badly for him.
I don't think Eileen's right for him. She seems to be quite back and forth. She's gone
Yeah.
from adoring him to be like, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't trust him when he got it right
Well, I
as
think
well.
he's a bit freaked out that like
Yeah, you're gonna be.
what's happened there.
Yeah.
You know everything. Like
She doesn't know how far back it's gone.
Yeah,
and this
yeah,
is the
yeah.
first time he slipped up in her head.
exactly.
Well, could you imagine how awful it would be being able to read your partner's thoughts? Your relationship would never, ever last,
yeah,
would
Mm.
it? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. it'd be- yeah. 'Cause I have some wacky thoughts.
Just quickly.
No thoughts where you're like, those psycho thoughts where you hold like a cup of tea, you're like, imagine I just threw this in someone's face. And you're like, nah, don't do that. Somebody can read it.
She's like,
Scalding hot water.
No, but I'll never do it. Or you're just like,
Intrusive.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh, wait, you're on the
intrusive
train, you're like,
thoughts.
imagine I push that person down the side.
yeah,
And then he's like, nah. One day.
let's have. So there's about 10 minutes left of the story.
Oh,
so
shit.
just.
Good bloody hell.
So just as like 10 minutes, still got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Just a reminder of the last line. I think it's something to do with writing with both the left and right hands. Is that right?
Yeah, the way he writes with both his left and right hands.
Right. Just sort of that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is the last line of the story, so that'll be the last thing you say.
Cool.
Right, just so you know.
Now he's ran off.
Yeah. He's ran away
And
from Mary
the only
Johnson's.
person he can confide in. He's still got to tell Oscar.
You still got to
Because
tell
Oscar
us.
still ran off.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
still, but he's ran to the Gateshead branch of William Hill
Yeah.
because Gary's in there
Yeah.
doing the shift. You know, someone's put up big money on the 210 at Kempton. Exactly.
Oh,
something
okay.
like that, you
What's
know,
the name of the horse they've
so
got?
the name of the whole, I don't know.
That's a good name.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
About, Bishop's Lament. Let's go with that.
Okay.
It sounds like a name of an ale. He's in there, and he's stormed open the door, and Gary's going, "What the fuck are you doing here? Like, I'm working." He goes, "I need to fucking tell you something." Now, at that moment, someone walks in, and the sort of like in a spider sense, this guy's thought has overtaken everyone else's.
Yeah. It's penetrated his sort of
And
brain.
he's gone, I'm gonna fucking hold this. I'm gonna fucking hold this place up
Right.
and rob it. And
Like
he's
right
gone,
now.
He's gone, Gary, hide behind the counter fucking now. And he's gone, mate, don't. And he's gone, what do you fucking mean? He goes, don't do it,
Yeah.
please.
I don't like the odds.
He's got
yeah.
And this guy, ironically, sounds like Ray Winston. He's gone, mate, move out of the fucking way. And he pulls this gun out and goes, right, give me all the fucking money.
Yeah.
Nah.
And and he's going, he goes, what the fuck's going on, like? So,
Who was saying that?
Cecil.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
and
So
and Gary,
imagine everybody in there saying that as well. Yeah.
what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, he's
And
getting
he
held
can,
up.
and he can hear people. He's terrified. He goes, "Oh, you know, I'm really terrified." Everyone's like, "Oh no, what's going to happen?"
They're all quite reasonable thoughts, aren't they?
Now-
Everyone's in there. I am so scared.
So Ray Winston's inner thoughts are I'm terrified.
Oscar walks in.
The cat walks in
Cat walks in
into the Willie Hill.
into the Willie Hill.
Right.
Wearing a
Okay.
balaclava.
Because what gets give me it, meow.
So is the cat?
I don't
want
want to hear a whisker. He's sorry. It's because what's transpired is that Cecil looks over his shoulder and he's seen that Gary, who didn't really want to take on the cat, has actually made a little sort of bed up and a little.
Oh,
for
right.
the
So it's
cat.
not completely random that he's entered.
No.
It's like he's had a little sort of space for
And
it.
it's sort of like he's wanting to go out of the house, and he's been let out of the house, and he goes, to William Hill to see Gary while he's at work.
Well, maybe the granddad went there a lot or something.
He's-
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben.
No, it's fine.
no, that's perfect. That's perfect. And so he spots Oscar, and Oscar's like, "Where's my granddad? Where's my granddad?" And he goes, "Shit, I don't know how to tell him." And he can't talk to the cat because someone's holding up a bank. And he goes, "If I talk to the cat, he's going to think I'm fucking mental and he's going to shoot me."
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
And I've not got 9 lives.
he grabs he grabs a bookie's pen
Right.
Yeah.
and scribbles together some paper, and he's writing down the reason. He's writing down that he's about to write down to tell him why
So the cat can
he
read.
can't find his granddad. Yeah,
Yeah.
Can't find his granddad. Now, as he writes half of it down.
And then ink goes out.
The hostage, the robber sees this.
Gunman.
The gunman.
What's his name?
Gunman 1.
Gunman one.
That's the story, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, what's your London get? Keith. His
Right.
name's
Yeah.
Keith.
Right.
And I'm not fucking happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've travelled all the way up to Gateshead to rob a fucking William Hill.
Fuck.
He's noticed, he's seen he's writing out something. He thinks, fuck, he's writing out like help or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's stood on his hand and he's broken it.
Shit.
And he's gone, fucking hell, me hand, like. And
But what's your mic?
Yeah.
but sorry, but he, somehow he's grabbed the pen and bookie's paper, turned round, swept the leg of the gunman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he shot up in the air, and it's hit the roof, and the rubble has come down and knocked him on the head, and he's knocked out unconscious. But as he turns round, he writes with his left hand the remaining bit of what he was going to say, and he picks it up and shows it to Oscar, and he goes, "Granddad is dead."
Right. Okay.
Granddad is dead, Oscar. And Oscar goes, "Oh, fucking hell. I don't know how to feel. I'm so fucking angry. I'm so sad. Why didn't no one tell me?" "We were doing it to protect you, Oscar." The gunman, Keith, wakes up, goes, "What am I witnessing here? Am I fucking in a dream or something? Am I dazed? What is going on here?" Him and Oscar and Cecil do a little look at each other, and they both look at Keith and go. Oscar runs, jumps, pounces on Keith, claws him to death.
Okay.
Just
And
What part is he attacking to claw him to
he's
death?
attacking his eyes.
He's gone for
He's attacking his eyes.
He's gone for the eye.
Everyone knows that if you take out the eyes,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't
it's
see.
the quickest
Yeah.
way to kill somebody, yeah.
I can't see.
So he's clawed his eyes out.
yeah.
Yeah, I cannot see anymore.
He just states facts.
Yeah.
He's not in pain.
Oh, do you know what? I'm actually.
I cannot see
Hold on,
anymore.
Hold on a minute. I'm really annoyed here because you've not given me a fair crack at the whip. I should be allowed to hold this bank up, and my eyes are being clawed out.
I like the fact that he doesn't die. I don't think he kills him. He just takes the eyes, and he's just
Yeah.
sort of there.
And
That's just playing with them out.
the police, and he crawls on up on
Cecil.
Cecil's shoulders, and Gary comes out and goes, "Cecil, you fucking saved the day, mate. Don't shake that hand; it's fucking broken. Shake the other one." He goes, "Shake my hand, mate. You fucking saved me life there."
Shaking hands.
He goes,
Saved his life.
Don't thank me, thank Oscar.
Yeah.
And he goes, why? He goes, this is going to sound far-fetched,
Yeah.
but I can read people's fucking minds. And I knew you weren't happy about going to work today, and I knew that you cared about that cat because I heard it. And he goes, we'll talk about this later, but thank you very much. I love you. I love you too. The police come. He's heralded as a hero.
Right.
He goes into Harry Ramsden's
Yeah.
with a cast on. And Hammond goes, listen, mate. Oh, no. You know, people, rumours going around here. Sorry, that's terrible. Sounds like...
Do your line. Do
Hold
your
on,
duck line.
Fucking hey up, duck.
Yeah, you go.
Don't bully me. He goes, Simon, mate. Sorry,
Don't bully, man.
Cecil, mate. I think you're a fucking legend. And I'm sorry for anything you may have thought I'd have said in my own head about you. And he goes, mate, fucking water off a duck's back leg. Don't worry about it. I want to promote you to a fucking head manager.
So above him.
I want to put you... yeah.
With no skills either. Just because he can read minds. I mean, he's qualified to run a restaurant, doesn't it? Like, you can read minds, so you should be running the country. It's like...
I want you fucking there, mate. No, yeah. How would you feel about that? And he goes, oh, mate, that's very kind of you, like, but... Oh, aye, go on then. But I've got to go and speak to Eileen. And he goes, oh, have you not heard, mate? She handed in a notice.
Oh.
And he goes, oh, come on.
He's like, he goes, where's she gone? Hold on, don't tell me.
Think it, don't say it.
Right, let me just
Fucking hell.
let me just pause right. Right. So he can read thoughts, this guy, but now he's just gonna. He's like he's channeled it so well that he can just
He
fucking.
can take a thought. He can take a thought out of his head.
Not even in proximity.
He just
He's
thought at some point in his life he's thought it.
He's harnessed these powers so quick.
In one day.
In one day. It's
Stood in a bed.
Imagine what you could do with a restaurant.
Yeah.
it's mutated.
Imagine, yeah. He's taking his role as manager very seriously. He's like wearing a cape.
And she's
They do want salt and vinegar. They do want salt and vinegar on the chip.
Go on.
She's at the airport. We cut to the airport,
Right, yeah.
Newcastle International Airport.
Yeah.
Match cut.
They're on the news. She's waiting. Flight 501 to Belfast will be departing at 5 minutes. Make sure you're at your gates. I know that's not what they say, but something like that. She's just there, just on her phone, scrolling, and she sees hashtag Cecil Crisp trending. She goes, that's a bit fucking weird, like, where's that? Clicks on it. And it's just people going, what a hero. What a great man. He saved it. He saved these lives. During Gates said, sorry. He fucking saved all these lives. It cuts to the news. Local Harry Ramsden's worker.
Manager,
sorry. Now
Head
manager.
Head manager.
Cecil Crisp was heralded as a hero today as a gunman tried to rob a William Hill. And she's like, oh my God, he's an actual hero. She belts out of the airport. Now, you'd have a song playing over this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe something like a sort of...
Come on, Eileen,
Yeah.
but the bit where it builds up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dexter's bit down on us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
That is better.
And he's running. He's you know, in like rom-coms where they run, they go, where have they gone?
Yeah.
Match cut, boom. They
Yeah.
both meet
Yeah.
Yeah.
outside the William Hill.
The one what is just.
Yeah.
She's done a lot of running then.
And she,
Yeah.
He's not quite run
He's
as
gone.
fast.
He's gone. She's on her way. She's on her way. Yeah. No, she's taking the wrong turn. Should have gone left. Should have gone left. Oh, she feels silly now.
how about that? And then
Make a U-turn. His brother's like, what are you doing?
I wonder if she knows a manager yet. Or
the
Head manager. Sorry.
she's like, look, I know the things I said to you I didn't really mean, but I think you're an actual really great guy, and would you want to go out sometime? And he jokingly goes, I think I know what you're thinking. And she goes, oh, come off it, you silly bastard. And then they fall in love. And then on the TV...
In that moment, they fall in love.
They kiss,
Yeah.
and it pans out, and then you see the TV report saying, we should add that his cat attacked the robber, the gunman, Keith Hughes.
Keith Thief.
Keith the thief.
My second name's Thief.
Yeah.
So I thought it makes sense.
He must be well known then. They put his name, Keith the Thief. Finally.
Keith Thief.
They're interviewing the hostages, and he goes like, what happened? And she goes, well, It was the way he wrote with both his hands to write that note to the cat that said, now, boom, that's where you'd think the film would end.
Right, okay.
But very quickly, there's a post-credit scene.
All right.
It's Simon, okay?
Right.
Simon's pulled up to the petrol station, okay? The Tesco Express petrol station.
Yeah, where he's got the meal deal.
Now, he walks in. He's like, I'm anchoring. I'm fucking starving. Buys a ham and cheese sandwich, buys a Red Bull, and buys some smoky bacon crisps. Boom. He's in his car. Takes a bite out of the sandwich. And he's like, that tastes a bit weird. And he goes up to speak to the guy and goes, excuse me, mate. And the guy goes, in his thought now.
Yeah.
You can hear the petrol guy go, what the fuck? And Simon goes,
Yeah.
and then he goes, you see in his logbook, he goes to call Cecil. Boom. Cuts.
Yeah.
And then
But
when he's
Cecil
on-
already knows.
but
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
No, absolutely brilliant, that,
Yeah.
mate. Really enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Thoroughly
Thank you.
enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Did you enjoy it?
I had a great time, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very rare that I get to do, like, improvised things. And I always worry that I kind of, like, pigeonhole myself into thinking that it should go a certain way. But that
No.
felt really nice. I felt like I was,
Yeah.
Oh, you felt in
Really
control. I felt
control
in
of
safe hands.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The story just had layers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
I like
Yeah,
the dialogue.
I
I like the
like-
act outs.
I liked how this. It sort of had a mini universe in it, didn't it? It sort of was like a little side quest for Oscar. He ended up coming back in.
Yeah.
Obviously, a love. What was it? A love.
Yeah, it
love
love
interest.
stories,
Love
yeah.
interest, yeah.
A love interest story, like the death of a granddad. So it had that
Souls.
bit to it. Yeah.
It was like the Spider-Man start. It was like the start of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the
It was a bit of a meal deal.
Yeah.
radioactive meal deal.
Yeah. I did really enjoy
I
it.
won't tell that one.
What name would we be giving this? Let's try and think.
Name of the movie.
Right, so there was obviously like not mind control, but like
Yeah.
reading people's thoughts, fish and chip shop,
Just
a
a
cat.
thought.
Just a thought. I like it.
Premonition. Like
Like a premonition, but a premonition.
Harry Ramsey.
Premonition, yeah, I like
That
that.
sounds
Yeah.
terrible because it sounds like he's going fishing. Fog on the Mind.
Fog on the mind.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's go with that. Fog on the mind. That is
Was he?
great.
He must be a Newcastle fan.
Yeah.
And what cast are we
Yeah.
going for with this?
Yeah.
Who's playing? Who's playing Cecil?
Cecil.
I'll get my
Cecil.
iPad just in case we need to look up.
What's that? Sorry. Yeah, get on iPad.
Cecil, Geordie. Who does like a really good? I know he's been used before, but Paddy Considine will play Simon.
Okay.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he in? Paddy Considine?
Dead Man Shoes.
Dead Man Shoes.
Oh,
Hot
yeah.
Fuzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuzz.
Right. Oh, so that's who you want Simon
he's
to
going to
play.
be Simon. Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay.
I think Joe Gilgan is
Okay.
Cecil.
He'd be a mint guest as well.
Yeah. Oh, man,
Yeah.
it'd be class.
Yeah.
yeah.
Eileen's going to be played by Saoirse Ronan.
Right. Yeah, I know you're on about.
Uh,
From she was
Grand
in
Budapest Hotel. And,
yeah Game of Thrones as well, wasn't she? No, I'm thinking of a different girl.
His older brother, Eddie Marzen. Do you know Eddie Marzen?
We'll know him soon. Get a picture up of him, Eddie Marzen.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good shout. Yeah.
He's in Filth, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's great.
little fucking like, twitchy thing, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then who's playing Keith DeFeeth?
Uh,
I think you've already cast it, to be honest.
okay, right. He's playing Keith DeFeef.
Right.
Oh,
Tell
okay.
that. Okay, so his older brother is gonna be. Oh, Ben Whishaw.
What's he in?
Ben Whishaw. He plays Q in the James Bond film.
Ah, yeah. The
Oh, right,
new.
yeah,
The
yeah,
new.
he's a good
Yeah.
lad.
He's in a
Yeah.
great film called.
Was he in Perfume?
Yeah, and he's in another one where
Oh, yeah, he's
he's
good
an airport. He works at an airport and he goes off the rails and he.
Fucking hell. It's
Torre.
Surge. That's the name of the film.
Yeah, Surge.
Surge.
Yeah, who's playing the cat's voice, actually? 'Cause that's obviously
So I think the cat's going to be voiced by
like Hugh Laurie or something.
Nick Frost.
Oh,
is gonna
yeah.
voice the cat.
Oh, that's a good shout. Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
So it's a proper British indie film, isn't
Edgar
it?
Wright's going to direct it as well.
Yeah.
Nice, okay.
Lots of quick
Huge
cuts.
Edgar Wright fan.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, and if there was like, let's say we're looking at the trailer. Trailers come on at cinema. What song is accompanying this film, this number? I imagine it's going to be one of them where it's a normal song, but it's been slowed down.
Yeah.
You know what I
You know
mean?
what's really popular now is like Jordan Peele did a really good thing with this in Us, where they play like I Got Five on it, but they slow it down and
Yeah,
make it really
yeah.
creepy. And
I got 5 on it.
yeah, and you're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I can't listen to that now because I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be something like that. I think it'd be right.
But it's got to be. I reckon it's got to be a British song. It's
Yeah.
got to be
Oh,
a British
the other band I
artist.
know from Newcastle are the Wombats. I think are they from Newcastle?
They're from Liverpool.
Well, even worse then.
Yeah.
Maybe I just played it when I was
Newcastle. Sam Fender's from Newcastle.
Yeah.
The Future Heads. and they're from-
Hypersonic missile.
can't
Like, has
stand
no relevance whatsoever. But it's like, he's a Geordie. Let's get him on there.
Oh,
Oh,
it'd be
no.
Read My Mind by the Killers.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give us a
Well,
demo?
Tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us a quick demo.
On the corner of Main Street.
Yeah. That's where the shot.
Just trying
Yeah.
to keep it in line. Say you got to move on now. Say I'm falling behind. Can you read my mind?
Oh,
so
yeah,
well, it sounds like
absolutely.
it's right.
I've got an idea for the poster here, which is a guy doing that, right? And all
Right.
these people just in his head.
Right. Okay. As what? As in like they're in his head? Is like we sort of see it open there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Too like really tight in.
So it's
You know
close
what
up on his head. It's a tight frame.
Yeah.
And then what are we seeing? Is it? We're seeing people in his head. So we're seeing his brother in his head. We're seeing his boss in his head. We're seeing Eileen in his head and the cat.
Everyone's in
And
his
I
head.
think the cat's looking at a grave.
Yeah, the cat's just.
It's like
Yeah.
distraught. Like, if you get a picture of a crying cat,
With
Yeah.
an eye on its paw.
Yeah. Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
wait to see this one.
That was fantastic, mate.
I like it.
Smashed it, mate.
Yeah, absolutely smashed it. I think that's us for time as well.
Thank you very
So
much.
Is there anything, James, that you would like to plug?
my phone in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've already done that, and I will pay you for the electricity. My podcast, Thanks for the Memories. You can thank that. You can follow that at ThanksMemPod on Twitter and Instagram. That's coming out next month, I think. I've just recorded the first one, so kind of want to get a few opinions on it and see what it's like before I put it out there. And then you can just follow me at JamesAllen27 on Twitter and Instagram. And I run a gig every Tuesday at the Shipping Forecast in Liverpool, if you want to do it.
Yeah, it's a belter of a gig, boys, as well. Yeah, really nice gig.
Okay.
Send us that podcast. I'll have a listen.
Yeah, yeah. Be
I
good
would
to have some
love to.
fresh eyes.
So yeah, cool. That was all made up with James Allen.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you very much
Smashed
for
it.
coming,
Thank you very much for listening.
Guys.
It's all made up again.